I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me. Just watch me.
I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me. Watch me. Just watch me.
We had something. Tonight I'll be guessing, but I don't really have a case. You don't have to mention, you just like their attention. It's written all over your face. I don't wanna play the quiet type when I'm near you, reading old messages on my phone every time I see you. Tell me, is this part of an act, just to keep your image intact? If you think that strategy's smart, I'm not gonna defend my beating heart.
What's up, y'all? Shawn here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Shawn. I'll be your host. Tonight, we're going to talk about GoPro Mods, but I also just kind of want to hang out with you guys tonight. I pre-ordered the display mod for GoPro maybe a year ago. Has it taken a year to get here? I meant to look and see what that date was, but I didn't get to it before the live stream. But what's up, Brent? Got something to show you. So I'm back in digital. After I sold mine to you, I was like, man, I kind of want to get back into that. So we talked last week about what I want to do. And so, yeah, definitely going to work that out. Tried them. They work fine. Ended up getting them on eBay. Ended up being about $520 after tax. So they're $529 on DJI's site. So anyway, I didn't really save much money going through eBay. But anyway, I saw them on there and I was like, man, I got to get those back. So I got those back, and I can show you what else I got. Stay tuned. I don't know if I had this last week or not. I might have showed it to you guys last week. You excited? Got a Frisky. I don't know how to say it. Frisky? I'm going to call it Frisky. I got a Frisky X Lite Pro, X Lite. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but this will be my transmitter. So I'm super excited about this as well. But yeah, how's y'all's week going? Can y'all believe Thanksgiving is next week? That's crazy. I also wanted to ask how you guys are doing I don't know if any of you guys have kids or not, but didn't know if your kids, schooled at home or if they're actually going to school. My wife is a teacher and my kids are still going to school, but I think they're about to be home for a while. So things might get a little interesting around here. But yeah, we're in that weird fall weather where it's like 30 degrees at night and like 65 degrees during the day. And I don't have one of those thermostats that just automatically switches between heat and cool. So it's been a little crazy going back and forth with the thermostat. And it's also been super crazy windy here in Nashville. So, I have that tiny little FPV drone that I'm so excited to get it out. I've already bought extra batteries and extra props, and I'm just ready to go for it. But it's been so windy. I know that little bird's going to get tossed around in the wind. But so Brent says it's nice and warm there, but will be windy through Thanksgiving. Yep. Can your Brent, can your FPV drones can they handle the wind? I feel like one of yours is sort of big or sort of regular size. um, just curious. So I hope I'm getting this right. Well, I don't know. Lino PR 2016 says, my fear with FPV is nauseous and dizzy. I've tried a cheap set and couldn't do it. Yeah, that's Lino. That's kind of why I want to move to digital as fast as I can, because it's a better view. But I don't know how many flips and diving down the side of a building. Like, I don't know how many of those things I'm gonna do. I might get really good at it and go for it. I've watched some. I really like to watch those videos. But as a 44-and-a-half-year-old man, nausea and dizziness is not something that I enjoy. But with that said, I do play VR a lot, and when I started out in VR, I got nauseous, but then the longer I've played in VR, the less nauseous I get. I do stay seated, but I think I've conditioned my mind to know that I'm playing a video game. And I feel like I might assimilate. Is that right? Not assimilate. I feel like I might get used to FPV pretty quick, just because I've done VR a lot. But yeah, nauseous and dizziness is definitely a concern. I've even gotten dizzy watching one of my videos. Back in the day, I put a GoPro Fusion, which is the original 360 camera that came out by GoPro. I put that on my Unique Typhoon H and flew it about 300 feet up in the air. And I didn't fly very fast. I flew really, really slow because I've seen a lot of videos in VR, and the ones that move fast really make me sick. And so I tried to fly in tripod mode and try and fly as slow as I could. But when I was in the VR headset and I looked down, I got that vertigo where you feel like you're going to fall. I definitely felt that on my drone footage, but anyway, it was. I think I've seen a lot of FPV flyers, because when you watch FPV drone footage, you see, like, I always try to find the guy that's flying the drone. Every drone video I ever watch, I try to find the pilot, because that's just kind of a fun game for me. Just because the drone flying that I fly, I see myself, like, I know where I'm standing, so I see myself. So I'm kind of used to seeing what the pilot looks like and where they are and stuff. So I forgot where I was going with that. But so watching a lot of these FPV videos, you'll see the pilot sitting on a picnic table or sitting on a bench or whatever. So if I fly FPV, I will probably fly sitting down. About guarantee I'm going to fly sitting down. Because the last thing I want to do is fall over and hurt myself, especially if I've got those goggles on my face, and if I face plant with those goggles on my face, it's going to hurt. I don't like to hurt anymore. So Brent says, not really good in strong wind. I flew them in 15-mile-an-hour wind and it survived, but it was tilted 45 degrees sideways in the crosswind. I bet that's kind of sickening. So this is an interesting point. Brent says, I wonder if there are techniques you could try to reduce the discomfort and assimilate to it. I was in conversations on Facebook with a FPV pilot that, sorry, not an FPV pilot, but a person that was that's building a FPV simulator, and it works with VR goggles. So so I'm planning on trying that out on my channel using the Oculus Quest 2 and flying FPV using VR, which simulates what you see through the goggles. Because there is kind of a disconnect. When I'm sitting here and watching TV, watching my screen, I see other things. I know in my peripheral that I am sitting in my office. You know what I mean? There's also, I don't remember if these have it or not. So I don't know if you can use these goggles or not, but I believe my Fat Sharks have a way to actually. I have unique goggles that I never used, but it basically has an HDR or HDMI in input, and you could run liftoff or some simulator of choice through the HDMI cable as a monitor, and that might help you get oriented. But anyway, I think that would be good. Ooh, excuse me. So I've been changing up my diet. I'm trying to cut down on sugar and cut down on calories and all that. I'm getting a head start on the New Year's resolution. So I'm kind of sleepy because I'm also using this app called LifeSum, and you kind of type in everything in, and tells you how many calories and how many carbs and all that kind of stuff that you're putting in your body. And I found out that my coffee was way out of control. Like I was making a 10-ounce cup of coffee with about 3 ounces of French vanilla sugar-free creamer and a bunch of Splenda packets, and I was doing that like 3 times a day, and that's kind of what keeps me up. But I found out that even though it's sugar-free, like there's no sugar in it, but the calories in that French vanilla coffee or French vanilla creamer was killing my diet. So I switched over to 1 cup a day, and it's killing me, man. So hopefully I'll find some energy. I got to find energy some other way. But yeah, so it is 6:48, and we are going to talk about the GoPro Mods. As you can see, there's 3 boxes back there. 1 box got here maybe in May or June. 1 showed up around October. And the last box finally showed up today. The bad news is I pre-ordered the display mod when the GoPro Hero 8 came out. And because of the coronavirus, that mod never happened until last week. There's been a couple videos on YouTube about the display mod, just because GoPro sent sent all the mods to the famous YouTubers that get stuff early. I don't know how to describe them. They're influencers that have partnerships and stuff like that. I do not have a partnership with GoPro, so I had to buy it off the shelf. So as a consumer, I was able to get it November 17th. All right. So the bad news is I've been waiting on this thing for about a year. Maybe not totally a year. I don't remember when the GoPro 8 came out. But I feel like it was last year when the GoPro Hero 8 came out. I was definitely still working in the office when it came out. And last year, there was a reason for the display mod. So now that the Hero 9 has a screen on the front of it, is a front-facing screen necessary since it already has a front-facing screen on it? So we're going to look at the website and see what the benefit is of this little mod for the GoPro Hero 9. So Stephen Jones says, I tried it with my Typhoon H Plus. Don't trust the goggle. Makes me dizzy and afraid I'm going to hit something. At 69 years old, can't do it. Totally understand. Totally understand. And the unique Typhoon H is a big bird. So I'd be afraid I'd hit something too. But yeah. So let's get into, first of all, y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see it close up? So I've got it on the GoPro Hero 8 right now because I don't have the media mod for the GoPro Hero 9. Okay. But this is kind of what it does. There is a USB-C and a micro HDMI and a microphone jack on the back of the media mod. And so this basically just has a micro HDMI, and you can plug it right in there. One of the tests we're going to do with this is to see if it's just an HDMI monitor. If it is, then I can use it on anything. We found out that the light mod, I'm going to screw up my live stream. The light mod is just a little flashlight, right? So you can put this little mod on anything, any camera with a cold shoot, you can put it on. And I'm going to do some testing, but I'm pretty sure you can put this little mod on any camera as well. It folds down and kind of replaces the screen on the back. It's got a USB-C for charging and a power button that's kind of in a horrible spot. So I'm going to pull this up so that I can turn it on. And that's what it looks like. I need to switch hands. So that's what it looks like turned on. So it's telling me that it's hooked up. I've got 58% battery. And that's it. And it's saying hook it up to a GoPro. So we're going to turn the GoPro on. And now it's got a little icon on there that says it's talking to it. And now we have the screen. So in this scenario, I can turn this light on. And I can be walking and talking to the vlog, or doing whatever. But as you'll see, the screen on the back of the GoPro is off. So the GoPro can only run one screen at a time. All right. Turn that light off. And then when we flip it down, it flips and acts as the screen on the back of the GoPro. One thing that I don't like about it is that it's not touchscreen at all. So you can't go through the menus. So the only way to change your settings, besides going through the modes, well, let's see if you can do it with the modes. Okay, so see what happens when we push the mode button. So the modes are changing on the LCD screen. See that? So photo, timer, like time lapse or video. So that functions. So that's okay. But you can't really, like, one thing that I think would be awesome with this screen is to be able to play back on it, but you can't. Something else we're going to figure out is if you can use this, get an HDMI extension cable and run it, you know, like run it at my table. So if I had my GoPro like way off on a table, then I could use this as a tiny little monitor. So those are all the things that I'm thinking about. I have a lot of cameras with HDMI outs, so kind of looking for an interesting way to make this happen. So yeah, so what it hooks up to, like a cold shoe mount. If you can see right there on the media mod, the media mod has two cold shoes. So it has a cold shoe on top and a cold shoe on the side. And then it has this shotgun mic. Well, it's several mics. It's a mic that points forward. It's a mic that points backwards. Better microphone than what is actually on the GoPro. And yeah, so that's about it. There's not really much to it, but what I really liked when this came out a year ago, I was so excited that my GoPro, I can add vlogging capability to the GoPro, and I can go make a YouTube video out in the rain and not worry that any of my gear is going to get messed up. So we're going to go through the website and see if the mod is waterproof. I'm pretty sure this one is, and I'm pretty sure this one is, but I'm not totally sure. What makes me wonder is there's exposed connectors here, and then on the back there's exposed connectors here. So something else I wanted to show you guys: if you unplug the mod, then you have full functionality of your GoPro, and on the mod it tells you to reconnect it. So if we reconnect it, it's going to talk to it, and now it's on again. All right, so we're going to turn that off and we're going to go to the presentation. It's a cute little screen though. Oh, and something else I didn't show you guys is it comes with this carrying case. So it's got a hard plastic carrying case that you can put in your gig bag. I said gig bag. We're here in Nashville and we play gigs. Just so you know. That's a music city term. All right. All right, so I'm going to share this. All right, so these are all the mods that are available from GoPro currently. There is the some of these are labeled HERO9, and those only work with HERO9. Everything else works with HERO8 and 9. And then, so basically the media mods, there's an 8 version and there's a 9 version. I have the version for the 8, and then they changed the size of the GoPro when it came out with the 9, so they had to make a whole new media mod for that. So I will be upgrading to that. But I wanted to show you. So let's go to the first piece of kit that I got, and it worked. You can always look right here where it says works with these cameras, and you can see which camera it works with. So this one works with the HERO9 Black. As you can see, it has cold shoe here, the microphone that I showed you. So yeah. So this is all the information about the media mod for the HERO9. It's a production powerhouse with a mountable media mod. It features an incredible built-in directional mic and a 3.5 millimeter microphone port for your favorite external mics. Use the HDMI out port, ease of playback on a TV, and 2 cold shoe mounts to attach lights, mics, and LCD screens. So it's got the built-in directional mics to deliver crystal clear audio and reduces wind and ambient noise. 2 cold shoe mounts to attach lights. We already talked about that. Oh, we kind of already talked about all that. Specifically designed to use the display mod and the light mod for HERO9 and compatible with third-party accessories. So that is the HERO9 mod. And then let's see what the difference is with the HERO9 media mod. Now already the microphone muff looks bigger, right? So let's go through here and see what this has. Designed for vlogging, live streaming, and near limitless expansion. So one thing we're going to try to do is we're going to try to live stream with the GoPro and see how that works. I'm not going to use my Tuesday night studio sessions slot to do that because I want to make sure that this show works. But we might go live stream with the GoPro kind of out in the middle of nowhere just to see what happens. It'll be a mobile experience, but now I have 5G with my new iPhone, so we'll see what happens. Media Mod transforms the HERO9 Black into a production powerhouse. It features a built-in directional mic to enhance voice capture, 3.5 millimeter mic port, HDMI out for playback, 2 cold shoes, built tough and weather resistant. I don't think that was on the last description. Even the wind is no match for this mod. The removable foam mic cover suppresses wind gusts of up to 20 miles per hour. So that's really good. Yep. Warning, the media mod is not waterproof and is not made for underwater use. So it's water resistant, so it's probably like kind of moisture proof, but not, you don't want to submerge it underwater, which is really good to know. I'm glad that was in there. I just want to go back here to the GoPro 8 mod to see if it has anything about water resistance. Nothing about water resistance. So there you go. Liza said, period. Thanks for that comment, Liza. So let's go to the mods that are ambidextrous. Let's go to the mods that can work with the GoPro HERO9 and the GoPro HERO9 to see what those are all about. The first one that I reviewed on this channel was the light mod. I really like the light mod. I think it's really cool. I used it on Halloween to get some really cool light and shadow effects. My kids are growing up, and my son and his cousins, they kind of went all out, like kind of freaky clown. Like they just kind of got really gruesome. So we put them up against a playhouse that had all these kind of plants growing up on the side of it, and I used the light mod to create these really eerie kind of 90s music video looking shots. But so add compact yet powerful LED lighting to your next adventure with the light mod. You can illuminate your subject with wide, smooth, even light and capture ultra crisp footage. Light mod attaches to the GoPro to the HERO9 Black via the media mod sold separately, or works with a handy standalone light with the GoPro mount. So this right here is the mount that it comes with. So you can put, so it's like a little cold shoe with a GoPro mount that I can put on anything. And so you don't have to have the light right on your GoPro. You can do as like a side light, or you can do some really cool things with a tiny light. Put it in a coffee mug while you're drinking it or something. Something cool. So built tough and waterproof to 33 feet. So the light mod you can take underwater with you, which is awesome. Built-in rechargeable battery with 6 hours of runtime. Compact designs, perfect for add-on for the GoPro HERO9 Black or standalone light. Maximum brightness for up to 30 seconds with overdrive mode. I'm not sure what that means. It's got a strobe light for signaling. Something else that the strobe light would really work with is on a drone. If you put it in strobe mode, then just like an airplane, you would have this light flashing, and you could fly it kind of at night if you're licensed to fly at night. So overdrive mode is 200 lumens. Level 3 is 125 lumens, and I think a lumen is like a candle. So it's like 125 candles put together is kind of the measurement of a lumen. 60 lumens level 2 and 20 lumens. So it's got a color temperature of 5700K without the diffuser, so it's very white. It's not the yellow light, it's the very white light. All right. Let's talk about this one. The display mod is what I got today, and I'm super excited about it. And they have the display mod pictured here with the GoPro HERO9. And you saw earlier that I have it on the HERO8. The difference is the HERO8 does not have a color screen on the front of it. So you're really looking at the screen for everything. But if you'll notice on this image right here, they've done something with the UI on the camera, so you've got this beautiful display on your GoPro HERO9, that displays really good information while you're vlogging. So you can make sure that you're recording. You can see, let's see what else, what all do we have on there? So you've got your resolution right here. Not quite sure what that icon means. Not quite sure what that icon means, but it'll have the runtime of the video that you're recording. It's got your SD card, how much room you have left on your SD card, and then power. Whereas on the display mod, all you have is power, right? So we already saw it on, and the only icon on there. Now, I don't know if you can go in the settings and adjust that, but so far the only thing on the display mod is the battery. Liza said, if they say water resistant, they normally mean submerged to 3 feet depth for a duration of 30 minutes. Yep, I think you're right. So let's go back. I want to fact check that. So where is it at? Okay, so built tough and waterproof to 33 feet. So I think that's what you're talking about, Liza. And then water resistance just means that it can get some drops on it and not be completely messed up. But waterproof means you can actually dip it in water. Water resistant means that you can get raindrops on it and it's not going to ruin it. Like a lot of the drones that I fly, if a drop of water gets on it, it's toast, because it's like this little electric motor spinning around. But thank you for your comment, Liza. That was great. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Haven't seen you around in a while. Okay, so let's go through here. I know you've been on the chat recently, so don't get offended by that. But there was a while when I didn't see you. So frame the shot with the display mod, the flip-up screen that lets you see yourself in action. Compact and perfect for vloggers. It connects to your GoPro, to your HERO9 Black and HERO8 Black via the media mod. So it's a 2-inch flip-up screen that makes vlogging easy. So I don't know how to describe the size of it. Besides the fact that it's the same size as the screen on the back of your GoPro. So if you have a GoPro 8 or 9, even like the 7, 6, and 5 had around this size of screen. That's a good good measurement as to what the size of the screen is. Built-in rechargeable battery and micro HDMI connector. So I'm pretty sure you can hook that HDMI connector to any camera. So that is pretty cool. Folding design for easy storage and transportation. Compact and sturdy, low profile appearance. Connects to the 8 and 9. So it doesn't say that it's waterproof here. So the only mod that's really waterproof is the light. Okay. And then, so these two mods are the ones that I don't have yet. This one it kind of excites me. So right now, what you have with the GoPro HERO9 is you have, and this is only compatible with the HERO9, but right now you have a 5.7K action camera. And what the Max Lens mod does, max out your stabilization and field of view with the Max Lens mod. It instantly upgrades your HERO9 Black with max hyper smooth and unbreakable video stabilization up to 2.7K. And the ultra wide 155-degree field of view digital lens, the widest ever on a Hero camera. Powerful horizontal lock keeps both horizon and vertical shots level and steady even when the camera is mounted off center and rotates a full 360 degrees while recording. Hyper smooth and unbreakable video stabilization. So basically what it does is it gives your camera more of a field of view, so that when it's cropping it for the stabilization, it has more room to crop. if that makes sense. Ultra wide angle, 155. We already read that. Waterproof to 5 meters when installed on the GoPro HERO9. So when you snap it on, it creates a watertight fit, so water won't get between the lens and won't get between the lens and the camera. All right. So yeah, that is the end of the website presentation. So what'd you guys think? So eat more possum. This one's for you. Liza doesn't know what a possum is because they don't have them in the UK. I actually have a really funny possum story. So if Brenton doesn't chime in on what a possum is, we can pull up a picture of a possum. They're really, really... Actually, I have 2 possum stories. I'll pull up a cute picture of a possum. Wait, no. So I will say the cute possums are something that's really neat about possums is they carry their young on their back. So this is a possum. And so I think that's a really cute picture. Just because she has all of her babies on her back. But this is the possum I remember as a child. Nope, I'll get a bigger one. This might give you nightmares. But this is the possum I remember when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, this is kind of a funny story. I was in 2nd grade, and I don't remember what holiday it was, but whatever holiday it was, we had a piñata. And if you don't know what a piñata is, it is a usually like an animal or a doll or something like that that is hollow, and you fill it with candy, and then you hang it up, and then you blindfold. Each person gets like a hit or 2. You blindfold them, and you spin them around, and then you let them swing a bat around blindfolded and dizzy to see if they can hit the piñata and break it. So when I was in 2nd grade, we had a class party, and when the piñata was broken, all the candy and toys fell out of it, and then each kid was allowed to get one thing, and then we had to go back, and then we had to get another toy, and each time go back and get another toy. So there were these rubber balls that bounced really, really high. That was one of the options. And so every time I went, I grabbed a rubber ball. So I came home with like 10 rubber balls. And our garage growing up had a chest freezer, like a huge freezer, and then a washer on one side and a dryer on the other side. And then behind that was this kind of shelf by the window. Okay. And I don't remember what was back on that shelf, but I think it was like some towels or something. And but what I had done was I closed the garage, and I thought it'll be awesome to throw all 10 balls onto the garage floor and watch them bounce all around the garage. And I thought it'd be so fun. Well, one of them bounced behind the freezer, and when I was a kid, the only way I could get behind the freezer is I would have to run and jump and kind of slide on the top of the freezer on my belly. Well, the other part of the story is we had cats. And so we would leave the garage door cracked about this, have an opening about this big at the bottom of the garage door so the cats could go in and out. They kind of roamed free, but whenever they came back to eat, they would come into the garage. Well, at some point, okay, so I'm kind of rambling, but I'm going to go back to the part of the story where I'm jumping up on the freezer and sliding across it on my belly. And I slide across it, and when I get to the shelf behind the freezer, this possum is looking me in the face, and it goes, and it hissed at me, and it opened up its mouth really big, and its jaw, like its teeth were about as big as my face. Okay, so if you imagine, it freaked me out. So at some point that possum it might have even walked in our garage to eat the cat food, but it made itself, excuse me, but it made itself up on that shelf and just greeted me with these huge teeth. So long story short, my dad took a bucket, and we put the possum in a big 5-gallon bucket and then took it out in the woods and let it go. But so that's one possum story. The other possum story that I have is in the summertime, me and my cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents would rent a cabin on the lake in Georgia for about a week in the summer. And we would go out on the boat, and we'd go skiing, and we'd do fishing on the dock or just swim and stuff like that. But when we went fishing, I left a worm on my fishing rod when I put it up. And so the day before, like the morning we were about to leave, we were packing up and everything. And I looked at my fishing pole, and there was this baby possum. It was probably maybe about that big. This baby possum had got caught on my fishing hook. So I always tell the story that I caught a possum I went fishing, caught a possum. But we had to take a pair of pliers and cut the hook and get it out of the possum's mouth, and we let it go, and that little baby possum walked up to a tree and then just kind of climbed up the tree really, really slow. So those are my possum stories. Brent has chosen the possum as his logo, so I'm not sure if he has any good stories, but he probably wouldn't want to chat his stories. But that's a dead possum. That's some roadkill right there. So Stephen Jones says that he has some videos of possum on his page. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so we've talked about the mods. That was kind of the, I don't like to have dead air, so that was the subject of the night. But I feel like we've kind of talked about that subject. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think the display mod is worth it on the GoPro 9? I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm really excited to see if I can jimmy rig an extension cable and see if I can use it from a distance. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. But what do you guys want to talk about? It's about 7:30. We've been going for an hour. But if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, we can. I've been working on my website. It's very primitive right now, but I'm planning on taking Shawn Ide Studios in 2021 kind of to the next level from a marketing standpoint. I'm going to start pushing everything through my website. I want to try to get my website to be the one-stop shop that you can get gear, you can get merchandise, you can watch my videos. I'm actually thinking about writing articles about different products. So every time I get a new product, I'm going to write a written review. So that's kind of something that I'm planning on doing moving forward. So that's exciting. I haven't designed any more shirts. Planning on doing a couple FPV shirts. And I'm actually planning on growing in FPV. Like we talked about that last week. I'm total noob at it. But I kind of want to dedicate 2021 to getting really good at flying FPV. And I'm super excited about it. Lately, I've been selling everything that I have. Over the last 4 years, I've acquired a lot of technology that I don't use anymore. So I'm selling off a lot of it. Oh, something sad that happened that last week. I tried to 3D print an Insta360 Go mount for my new little quad that I got, and my Flash Forge Finder, my 3D printer, it will not get up to temperature. It will be 5 degrees less than it's supposed to. No matter what temperature I set it to, it'll be 5 degrees less than that. So I ordered a new thermocoupler, swapped that out. I lost a stupid set screw that's the size of like a mustard seed, and I cannot find that for the life of me. So, so now I have a 3D printer that doesn't work. I mean, everything is functional except for that temperature, and I just don't know how to pinpoint that problem and fix it. But I'm planning on selling that as is on eBay. I'm sure there's somebody else that has the same printer that would use it for parts and stuff like that. And then I'm planning on getting a new 3D printer for Christmas. Not sure which one yet, but that'll be fun. That'll be kind of a something to go alongside of the FPV journey that I'm going on. It might be kind of cool to just 3D print a drone and try it out. Maybe design my own body, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, well, if nobody's gonna chat with me, we're about to call it a night. I had to change my shirt from my thumbnail because that blue shirt just messed my white balance all up. Like I was just looking kind of purple. So I changed that up. So Brent says, new 3D printer. Do you have any ideas which 3D printer I should get? I was looking at the 3D printer that I have, and we can look at that. Kind of running around $300. So I already have plenty of filament for it. I'm going to type in Flash Forge. So I saw this one. This one's by Flash Forge. I don't know if it's better or worse than the one that I have. Let's see what that is. So 6 inches. So the one I have now prints 6 by 6 by 6, which is what this one prints. I think this one looks nicer. It's got a nice door. So I don't know. It looks like it has a big place for filament inside. So PLA, ABS, Pearl, PLA color change, metal filled, wood filled. So it prints a lot of cool filaments. It's got a detachable nozzle, so that's good. So Brent says, my printer is old school. Nacho has more knowledge of the newer ones. You probably would have a suggestion. Creality. All right. I kind of want I like the size of this. So in my office, I've been a hoarder of technology. That's why that curtain's back there, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff behind that curtain. So I like the portability of the one that I have currently. It's about that size in a cube. And this looks like it could be about the same size. But I really would like one that prints multiple colors at the same time too. So this is the one that I have right now. And it's a great printer. It really is. And I could have it in a day. So that's pretty cool. This one looks really cool. This might be the next step. I'm not sure exactly what's going on up here. But build volume is 9 inches by 6 by 6. So that would be really cool to have the ability to print something 9 inches. Not sure what I'd print at 9 inches. There was one thing that I wanted to print that I wasn't able to print because I could only do 6 inches. But this one's $600. So is it worth it? It's twice the price. So I don't know. I don't know if there are any consumer. I haven't seen any from, at least from FlashForge, that has multiple colors. This one has a dual extruder. I don't like how it's open like that. But that's pretty sick. To be able to print something like that, it's pretty awesome. I don't know how you would design that, but I love the multiple extruders. And maybe I'd be okay with it being open. I just don't feel like I could move it. And maybe that's why my current 3D printer is messed up anyway, because I keep moving it. So it's a dual color single nozzle. But I really like the idea of that. What do you guys think? Looks like the bed moves back and forth. I'm not sure. It also looks like there's a lot to it. So I don't know, but the dual extruder is nice. What is this? So the Creator Pro extruder assembly, dual nozzles. Bob Casey, what's up? We have moved on from GoPro. We've talked about FPV tonight. We've talked about GoPro, and now we're talking about how my 3D printer doesn't get up to temp anymore. So now we're going shopping for a 3D printer. And I like the idea of being able to print 2 colors. So that's what we're looking at. So it says the Creator Pro. So let's just look that up. What have you been up to, Bob? So the Creator Pro is $900. Dang. I don't know if I want to spend that on a 3D printer. But this one is $600. And I see dual extruders right there. This might be my next printer, guys. Yeah, Bob, it's the craziest thing. And I've already said this tonight, but it whatever temperature I set, like let's say 220 degrees Celsius, it'll only go to 215 degrees Celsius. And my printer won't start printing until it gets up to temperature. I tried to trick it by going like preheating it to 240 degrees, and that put it up to 235. And then I started my print, and I figured since it was already up to temperature that it would just start kind of printing. But it took so long to initialize that the temperature went down to about 213, and then it would never get up to 220. So it's frustrating, but it's okay. It's not a huge deal. I think I can probably sell it for 200 as is. Maybe not. But I mean, it's functioning. It is just, there's one thing wrong with it, and I don't know how to fix it, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that does know how to fix it. So this one has dual extruding, guys, 2 spool holders, 2 spool filament, two guide tubes. So this one will actually print 2 colors. Not sure if it'll print at the same time. Whoa, you and your wife both had COVID? That sucks. Did you guys have any implications afterwards? Like, how long did it take you to get over it? And did you have an extreme case? I've known 3 people that I know died of COVID, or have known in the past. So I mean, it scares the mess out of me, because I don't know if I'm going to be one of those guys that dies, or like one of my friends, his father got COVID and was dead 2 weeks later. Like, just out of the blue, he got sick and died. That's crazy. And it drives me crazy that people in this, at least in this country, a lot of them just don't even care. They think we're taking their freedom away because they have to wear a mask. But every time someone dies, I'm like, are you going to wear a mask now? Like, are you going to try to wash your hands now? Like, how many people are going to have to die for you to realize this is real? And Bob said right there, it's totally real. Him and his wife got it, and it's legit. So Bob says, if you don't purge enough, the colors bleed into each other. So what do you mean by purge? Because I've seen where people, like the printer that I have, I've seen where people pause the print, swap out the extrusion, and then, or swap out the filament and then start printing again. Is that what you mean by purging? Or do you mean like, yeah, I don't know what you mean by purging. So Bob says lost taste and smell for a couple of days, and the wife lost hers for 5 days. Well, I'm glad you're over it. That's awesome. Nacho's in the house. Welcome, Nacho. You might be of help in this discussion. So my 3D printer bit the dust. It sucks. It won't get up to temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it off for parts on eBay. It's a great deal if someone knows how to fix it, because it literally worked a week ago. But I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to sell it, and then planning on buying a new one. And so I'm looking at this one. I'll bring it back up on the screen. This one prints 2 colors at the same time, so I'm thinking about getting this one. So Bob says, never smoked, so my lungs were in good shape. I feel for those that have other health problems, but it felt like the cold or flu. It downed me for 2 days. I felt like crap, but all good. Thank the Lord. Amen. So I haven't smoked and I haven't drank much alcohol in my life, but I'm diabetic and I got high blood pressure. So I'm worried about it. So Bob said, clear the lines of filament. So when you're changing out so when you're clearing lines of filament, that what you're meaning there is you're printing with one extruder, right? And then you are cleaning out, like when you swap out the filaments, you want to make sure you get, like, push enough filament through to get all of the first color out of it. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay, so the same thing I just mentioned. Sweet. So Nacho, it heats up to 5 degrees less than it's supposed to. So if I try to get it to 220 degrees, it has to get up to 220 degrees Celsius to start printing, and it gets up to 215. But if I preheat to 240 degrees, it heats up to 235. So I know the printer can heat up to 220 degrees Celsius. Just for some reason, it is 5 degrees off. So Nacho, you want me to post a link to the printer that I'm looking at, or the printer that I have? I have to say, this printer's looking really good, guys. Oh, wait. Try tuning the PID. All right, let's figure out what PID is. I'll have to look into that. All right. So here's the one I'm looking at. Yeah, I was looking for like tolerances and all kinds of things, and I couldn't figure out like what went wrong. I don't know if it did a firmware update and all of a sudden it didn't work, or what. But I took the whole thing apart and I lost a little set screw, and so now I have to order another set screw. This is the part that I swapped out, which wasn't the problem, because once I swapped it out, it didn't change anything. But it's like this little thermocoupler. So I swapped that out. And it was fun. Kind of fun. There's one thing that I hate, and they're these two little screws where you put the wire in this little plate and then you screw the screw really tight. I hate that. Yeah, let me see. Whoa. I probably shouldn't have gone here. I'm getting excited. So there's a holiday promotion going on. $2.99. Look at that one. You can print two things at the same time. That's pretty awesome. Creator Max. And then look at that one. So, but I'm going to search PID. Nothing. There's the thermocoupler that didn't do anything. All right. Well, we're not going to use it the live stream for that. I will definitely check out the PID. Nacho likes my haircut. Thanks for noticing. It's the first haircut since March, like with a real person. So, oh, this is awesome. So dual extruders are cool. You can use a dissolvable filament in one for supports that wash away. That's awesome. Because I hate supports. Very cool. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to try to figure out how to adjust my PID. I couldn't find any adjustment in the software, and I couldn't find any adjustment in the settings and the tools on the screen. So I'm definitely going to have to try that out. With what you're saying, it might have just been a firmware update that screwed my printer up. So anyway, yeah. I hate to cut the live stream now that Nacho's in here. But I'm going to cut the live stream right now. Thanks for you guys for showing up. Hope you guys had a good night. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys, talking about my new toy over there and possible Christmas present. We'll see. But yeah, hope you guys like this video. Sorry, I hit a squirrel. Hope you guys like this live stream. Come hang out every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. We're going to be on the channel. There's merchandise in the link below. We've got some drone t-shirts and hoodies, and then we have some Shawn Ide Studios t-shirts and hoodies. So the link is below, so you can get all that stuff. Links in the description for the GoPro modifications and the GoPro HERO9. And yeah, the next month we're going to focus on getting the website ready for 2021. Getting kind of a game plan on regularly scheduled videos. Since this COVID thing has happened, I have been, my mindset just hasn't been on the channel besides the live stream. I've definitely purchased a lot of things to talk about, but I just haven't talked about them. So we're going to go into the backlog, and we're going to talk about the DJI OM4. We're going to talk about FPV. We're going to talk about digital and analog FPV, something that I'm wanting to get into. We're going to talk about live streaming, action cameras. I'm not really going to talk about regular cameras for a while. I feel like the cameras that I have, I'm going to stick to, unless something really good comes out. But yeah. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace out, y'all.